What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pro and Amateur Podcast. He's the pro, I'm the amateur. Today we got a pretty heated episode. All right, there's a lot to talk about. We're gonna have our first debate on the show. Don't want to miss it. It's gonna be towards the end, and we might even have a couple. We might have a couple interruptions in between, just people coming in, but we might have a special guest. That's why. So stay tuned for that. Anything you want to start with?
No, let's just get right into it.
All right.
Got some crazy stuff.
So as you know, you didn't see it. As you know, NFL had a pretty, I don't know about interesting week for week 3, but it was nonetheless a lot of games to cover. So I believe I'm going to start with my team, the Bengals. First of all, Joe Burrow. I love that guy. However, he's going to be dead in a couple weeks if Zach Taylor doesn't figure it out. At this point, we're not using John Ross. Might as well trade him and a pick, maybe him and another guy and a pick for an actual offensive lineman. I don't want to go into the draft and be like, let's hope on another first-round draft talent that we've already failed with Billy Price, Cedric, I can't pronounce his last name.
Cedric Benson. Oh, no, he wasn't.
No, Cedric, he was an lineman. Ogdebahi or something. Ogdebai. I can't remember how to say his name. I'm mispronouncing it, but
the Patriots should trade for John Ross, in my opinion. They need a deep threat.
Well, the only way they trade for, they got to give us their best lineman, and we need a right guard. Is their best lineman a right guard?
No.
So then I'm not taking it. I don't want the deal. We need a good. It doesn't even have to be an elite right guard. We need a solid right guard. One that's not going to give up 8 sacks to the Eagles. Okay, and
I'm a tackle.
Huh?
You guys need a new tackle?
Well, we're more weak on the right guard. Right tackle, we need 2.
Yeah,
but
tackle's not a bright spot.
Well, they're both bad. Yeah. Center to the left, it's manageable. Michael Jordan, yeah, we have a player named Michael Jordan as the left guard, I think.
I don't know.
And he's decent. He's showing potential. He's a rookie this year. He can be good eventually. And he's already doing better than Bobby Hart and whoever, right guard, Frank Johnson or Billy Price. They both suck. This week it looks like we're trying to put up Alex Redmond from the practice squad. And sign someone, Zach. Sign someone. But I think that we need to help him out fast because Joe Burrow is legit. I know he's only played 3 weeks. Look, I mean, he's doing it as good as almost anybody would at 3 weeks at this point.
No, he's been good. Definitely been good.
So I think for this game overall, the Eagles, not by any sort of metric that they're good, because they played horrible that game. Carson Wentz looks even worse than what I projected. He got bailed out because of our, first of all, horrible line and our horrible defense at the end. The defense actually held up most of the way through the game, except in the fourth quarter, they completely buckled. With that being said, the hit on Joe Burrow, completely illegal. I don't care what anybody says, ball was gone. Oh, it didn't have nothing. It was a legal hit. All right, I'm not saying, like, take him out of the league or whatever. Illegal hit. Come on. I mean, I feel like...
You're talking about the one at the start?
The one that he threw the ball and got cracked by Jackson?
I think I know the one you're talking about. I don't know.
I
don't remember him having the ball out. Do you really?
He had the ball. We could go. I would show the video, but I don't really want.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we need to get that video going.
Hold on. The viewers, just go look it up. Joe Burrow getting hit.
We might be talking about a different hit. Probably not though. But that was a horrible. I hate ties. I
hated it. I mean, well, look, our last play. This is what frustrated me a lot with Zach Taylor. He handed it off. I mean, you might as well just try a pitch play. We had the last play of the overtime. You might as well just try a pitch play. You might as well. I mean, we had multiple opportunities in the overtime. I'm not going to act like we didn't have a bunch of opportunities in overtime to get something done. We didn't. But that also goes to the point, again, offensive line was horrible. Defense couldn't hold up. I guess they did decent in overtime because they didn't let them get a field goal or anything. But in my opinion, it was just, we got to figure it out.
Let's see this because I don't...
Completely defenseless. He's already getting tackled from this guy. I think I'm not saying banned for the rest of the season, but
It looked worse than it was from that, but yeah, that's definitely
illegal. I mean,
illegal. Yeah.
we got a flag, but it wasn't even unsportsmanlike conduct, or it was just
Yeah, that's tough.
So
definitely within the rule, that's definitely should have been called, but
I think he should be. He hasn't been fined as of yet, so that's kind of ridiculous in my opinion too. Regardless, we need to fix a lot on offense. Well, not totally a lot on offense. The receiving's okay. Joe Mixon started out slow. This offensive line can't protect for anything.
Yeah.
Run blocking or pass blocking, they can't protect for anything. If we get a solid O-line, I can easily see us being like a wild card spot. I really can.
Yeah, that game was. I hate ties, but I mean the Eagles at the end in overtime. I mean, how do you get in field goal range twice and then just get holding penalties to knock you back out? That's coaching and that's horrible. And then Wentz looked obviously really bad. Apparently they had no faith in him at the end of overtime.
No,
throw the ball when they were in field goal range.
It was bad.
They freaking ran the ball and then got a holding calls. Just brutal. I mean, I didn't watch much of that game at all, but definitely thought it would be close. I mean, I picked the Eagles to win, but I feel like they should have won in overtime. They were in field goal range twice, and they got holding calls and ended up punting on both times.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was.
It was a rough game.
Definitely a rough game. I mean, Burrow looks good though. I will say that he definitely looks really good. But that O-line is atrocious.
Yeah, no, they need
one of the worst O-lines in the league for sure.
Although, actually, I want to point out one other thing quickly. We had the best linebacker passer rating that we've had, I think, 2 years. So that is also a sign for.
I mean, that's not. Saying
well, it's not saying a lot, but I mean, it's at least a bare minimum improvement.
An improvement.
So
that was horrible last year.
It was really horrible. Well in the past 2 years though.
Yeah.
So we're on the up in virtually every category but the offensive line. The offensive line is Bobby Hart got an extension and Jim Turner, our offensive line coach, came out and said Bobby Hart is one of the most underrated and underappreciated people in the NFL. I said, dude, there's no way. We need to figure it out. Bare minimum. Bobby Hart, I think 14 sacks in 3 weeks on Burrow. 8 last week. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Bobby Hart's terrible.
You can't.
That O-line.
Well, he had a fumble. He's had a few fumbles. I think Joe Burrow's had. I think 2. I know he's for sure had 1, but he's had 2 fumbles. Completely not his fault. You can't do anything when you have 14 arms doing this. But I will say, did you see the play that Burrow did on that sideline and juked out or spun the?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Did you see that, Dylan?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
That play sadly didn't count. Higgins was. It was kind of a toss-up whether he was slightly pushed or walked out of bounds. Regardless, he went out of bounds. It was a penalty. Whatever, illegal touching. But just to extend that play, I think that was really good. I mean, we already agreed. Burrow looks pretty good.
Yeah, he just needs some help. I've always said that once they drafted him, they got to get him some help, or he's gonna be just getting killed. I mean, you can't get sacked that much. Look what happened to freaking Andrew Luck. Yeah, freaking. You got to get O-line. I don't care how good you are as a quarterback. You need help. You need weapons. You need O-line help. So, hopefully they get him that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Bengals fan. Nobody wants to help on the offensive line more than me. But let's go to the. I think this game was kind of interesting just because it showed kind of a different side. I'm gonna go with the Patriots and Raiders game. Patriots looked dominant, and Raiders did not look anything like that. I'm going to call it kind of an anomaly at this point that they did against the Saints. They still might be a pretty decent team this year, but the Patriots just showed that they're levels above the Raiders, in my opinion, in that game. Cam Newton looks awesome.
Yeah, they outplayed the Raiders in that game. Cam looked really... I mean, he didn't do a whole lot in that game. They were mainly running the ball. But, I mean, Belichick totally shut down that offense. I mean, Carr was trying to force the ball to Waller, and it just wasn't there. They took him all the way out of the game. I think he had like 1 catch, and so Hunter Renfrow actually stepped in, had a crazy catch at the end. I think it was before half, but he looked all right. But they basically just took away Waller, and the Raiders' offense struggled, and they just kind of ran the ball on the Raiders. But I definitely still decently high on the Raiders, but the Patriots are clearly the better team, and the Patriots were just running the ball down their throats the whole game. So.
Okay, so we had a million close, quote unquote, 1-possession games that I kind of want to breeze over just quickly or whatever. Vikings and Titans. First of all, Titans are pretty I think they're kind of lucky to be a 3-0 team at this point. I don't think
the
that
second most overrated 3-0 team. I think the Bears are more overrated.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that it's necessarily that people think that they're that great. It's just they really like if you look at it, they're 3-0 doesn't mean a whole lot.
Well, who have they beat? They beat the Vikings, who were 0-3. Then they beat.
They got
0-3.
kind of lucky with the Vikings. I'm not gonna lie, that game.
Yeah, that game could have went either way,
Yeah.
honestly. And then they beat the Broncos, who were 0-3. They're one of the worst teams in the league, just riddled by injuries. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure the other team they beat, but
I mean, it's not super impressive.
yeah, they played the Steelers this week, so we'll see how they do against them. But
I think the Steelers are an overrated team too. I mean, I'm biased, but I mean they didn't do well against the Broncos. Let's go with Dylan's team, the Washington football team versus the Browns. Dylan, we'll give you first dibs on this. What would you like to say?
I don't even know. What did Dwayne Haskins had? 3 picks?
oh, he was bad.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
Man, we couldn't stop their run game. We had what's his name went out with a fucking growing injury.
God.
Chase Young.
Yeah,
He's
that
out.
sucks.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. He was marked out instantly. Like he got taken off the field instantly, marked out.
Yeah.
So
It ain't looking good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad.
I don't even know what else.
I didn't watch any of that game.
I didn't watch
I
it.
saw just some of the picks Haskins was throwing.
I saw a few good. I don't want to even call him good throws by Baker. I mean, he has so much pressure taken off him with the decent old line in that run game. That's probably the best 1-2 in the league. That he doesn't. I mean, his trying to think of the word play action is just so. I mean, everybody bites every single time because if you don't bite on that, then you're letting Nick Chubb run all over you or Kareem Hunt, whoever you want.
Well, coaching matters in the NFL. I mean, you got what's his name, Stefanski, who's came in this year as a head coach, and he's definitely used Baker a lot better than obviously Freddie Kitchens was using him. So
well, let's say
coaching matters
used.
a lot.
Let's say used.
Yeah.
He doesn't really use them. I think that's the point.
So I mean, Stefanski stepped in, and he's definitely has learned how to use Baker Mayfield in this offense, and he's definitely putting him in better positions off play action. But I mean, they finally realized what they are. They're a run-first team.
Oh, 100%.
And you can win a lot of games like that. So
I still don't think that they're that dominant. Because I think that, look at the teams they played. They haven't played really huge. I mean, they beat the Bengals, not a really great accomplishment. They beat the Washington football team, another not a great accomplishment. I don't know who they lost to. Oh, the Ravens. They got smacked by the Ravens.
Yeah, they did.
So I still don't think that they're a top 10 team.
No.
Maybe top 15. I don't know, but yeah,
I think they'll win at least play 8 games this year, 8 or 9 games. I mean,
maybe yeah.
With the run game they have, with the play action off of it and a decent defense, you can definitely win like that. So, but I mean, Washington, they're really bad. I mean, Haskins look really bad.
Can I say this for our next game, Rams versus the Bills? I think the Rams should be the 3-0 team at this point. I know Josh Allen has played great, but I honestly think the Rams kind of lost that game undeservedly. I think they should have won that, honestly.
You think the call was bad?
Yeah, I didn't love it.
I don't know why a lot of people are saying that they didn't like the call. I thought it was clearly illegal contact. I mean, it's past 5 yards down the field. I know it's
but I felt like it was like dual initiated. I don't think
it was kind of dual initiated.
That's my problem
why
with
I
it.
think people were upset about it. But the people that are upset just because the game was online, the how much time's left on the clock and the situation doesn't affect when the official's going to throw the flag. That's just the reason.
That's not my reasoning. I just think I think
I can understand what people think. At first I thought it was illegal contact, but it definitely is dual initiated, like you said. But I mean, Josh Allen looked great. He had 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They jumped out to 28-3 lead, and the Rams came back. I mean, the Rams are a great team.
I think the Rams are a way better team than we anticipated, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we'll see how the Rams go. I think they're definitely a top 10 team for sure. But that was a good game. I watched mainly that game. But Josh Allen looked amazing. I mean, 5 touchdowns in total. Looked good, especially in the first half.
Yeah.
And the Bills' defense looked really good in the first half. You can't run on them. So.
Well, like you said, I think, like we said last week, if Russell Wilson wasn't in the league, I think Josh Allen has a huge, he's probably a front runner for the MVP.
I don't think he's front runner. He's in the conversation.
No, I'm saying if Russell Wilson wasn't in the league, I think.
Even without him.
Really?
You got Rodgers and you got Mahomes still. So Josh Allen's right there on 4. So MVP contender. So Bills are good. Bills are good.
We gonna talk about the Falcons again? They might be the worst team in the league just because of what's happened. I mean,
obviously they're not the worst. They're not the worst team, but I mean it's tough to. I mean, they just blow leads. I mean that's what they do, I guess. I mean they got to clear house. At some point.
This is.
You can't keep blowing leads like this. This is horrible. That's coaching, and like Dan Quinn, he should have been fired before he had his presser last week. You can't blow leads like that, especially when you continue scoring.
Well, to someone like bad. The Bears. The Bears are like, look, I know Nick Foles came in and he did his thing, but come on, like,
blow a 16-point lead in the fourth.
That's ridiculous.
With a good offense. That's just unacceptable.
Well, I mean, I can't even criticize Matt Ryan. He didn't play great last season, but like this season, I mean, he's playing good. So
It's not on anyone on their offense. It's totally defense and coaching and special teams. They have a top 5 offense. And they blew another lead in the fourth quarter. It's just what they do. Like, how can you be on that team and how can you be a Falcons fan and have any be optimistic at all about this team? I mean, they just blow leads. Obviously, this one wasn't as I don't know. This one was really bad too.
No, because it was the Bears. I mean, it's not like it's a super.
It was a 16-point fourth quarter lead, almost impossible to blow, and they blew it against Nick Foles. But Nick Foles looked good, and Trubisky's done. Trubisky's a backup quarterback now.
That's how it should have been last year, to be honest. I mean, he's not. They could have signed Nick Foles or Andy Dalton, and I believe either would have taken a shot. Genuinely.
Well, they should have started Foles from the start.
Yeah,
the GMs have. It's tough for a GM to give up on the quarterback you drafted, and so the GM's kind of in between that. But once you get playing in games, the coach has total control over the quarterback playing. So once he threw that pick, Nagy benched the crap out of Trubisky, dude. But I mean, Foles came in, looked good. So I mean, the Bears they're a better team now than I thought they were with Trubisky. Obviously, Foles looked good in that offense, but I'm still not high on the Bears. I know they're 3-0, but we'll see how they do. We'll see how they do against better teams.
There's a reason their quarterback got benched. I mean, they're not a 3-0 caliber team. 3-0 caliber teams, starting quarterback don't get benched. Okay. Let's go with the Panthers and Chargers. I think this is a toss-up game. I can't remember who I picked, but I think that this isn't really a shocker. I think this game could have gone either way, too, to be honest.
Was this the 11 o'clock game, too?
Yeah, 21-16 Panthers Chargers.
Yeah, I
didn't watch much.
I don't think I watched much of it. Kind of an irrelevant game. I mean, the Panthers are really bad. Their defense sucks, and they're a young team, so
they're
kind of rebuilding. Huh?
They won.
Yeah, I don't know. The Chargers, they had. Did Herbert play? Herbert played, right?
Herbert did play. He didn't look as good as they did.
No, he didn't look as good from what I was seeing from the highlights from that game. But I don't know. Both teams are going to be bad teams.
Yeah,
this year.
that was kind of just a whatever.
Even with Herbert and the Chargers, I think they have a few injuries going on. They obviously lost Derwin James, and I don't know. We'll see. They're rebuilding too, in my opinion. But both teams are kind of rebuilding and won't make the playoffs this year, obviously.
Yeah,
so.
All right, Jets and Colts. I mean, not much to say. Colts looked way better, but the Jets just look so bad. I mean, I know Sam Darnold had that run on Thursday night that we're gonna talk about, but the Jets look so bad. I don't think there's nothing for me to say on this game.
Yeah, the Jets are horrible. Their coach, they lost last night too, against Denver, and their coach needs to be fired. But yeah, the Jets they're a dumpster fire. I mean, Darnold has no help on that offense. The offensive line is atrocious. They have a bunch of injured receivers, and the Colts. If you get blown up by the Colts, that's a pretty bad luck. But I mean, if you started the Colts defense in fantasy, you're happy. I think they had 2 pick sixes on Darnold. But he looked bad in that game. But I mean, come on, dude. The guy has no help, and he has Adam Gase.
Yeah, what is he supposed to do?
He has Adam Gase, and so
Adam Gase.
Adam Gase.
I always just think that press conference that he had.
Yeah.
He looked all cracked up. It was rough.
Yeah, Adam Gase needs to be out of there.
Seahawks Cowboys. This was a good game. I thought obviously Russell Wilson looks amazing again. The Cowboys actually looked better than I thought they would. To be honest, I thought that they would have. I thought it would be a decent game, but I thought that they would have a little bit tougher time because they didn't look great the week before. But I mean, honestly, no surprises for me in this game.
Yeah, that was a good game for sure. I thought the Cowboys. I think they're gonna win, But they had the ball at the end. I think they were down 2, and then they ended up kicking that field goal. Just bad play calling at the end, and don't feel like you can take a field goal there and be up 1 against Russell Wilson on a money drive.
It's Mike
He's
McCarthy.
gonna kill you on that.
It's Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson looked amazing, flawless again. I mean, those passes he was throwing were crazy good. I mean, the touchdown to Metcalf on the post route.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly placed ball. And then he should have had, I think he had, how many touchdowns? 5? I think Wilson had 5. Should have had 6. Metcalf fumbled that ball in the end zone.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
So yeah, Russell
He
Wilson
can't
should
be
have
doing
6
stuff like
touchdowns.
He'll lose his job if he keeps doing stuff like that. I know that
Oh,
that's.
he won't do it again.
I doubt it. I'm just saying.
He won't do it again.
Bucks, Broncos. Yeah. Broncos look horrible. Bucks look like is expected. I have nothing for me to say.
Yeah, the Broncos are horrible. They're riddled by injuries. Tampa Bay, their defense is good. They have a good defense. Really good against the run. They might have the best run defense, or at least one of the best. And they have really athletic linebackers, and they have a really good defense. And it was the Broncos at the same time, but over 3 weeks they definitely have shown they have a good defense. So, yeah. But the Broncos are just riddled by injuries. Everyone's hurt on that team. Even Thursday night when they were playing the Jets, it seemed like everyone that started was getting hurt for them. So
Melvin Gordon looks good for them though, in my opinion.
He did look good on Thursday night against the Jets, but I mean, if you're a Broncos fan, it sucks. I mean, they had a good team coming into this year and they just got hit with injuries. I mean, what do you do? It sucks. So
Lions and Cardinals. I'm honestly not going to take too much away from this game. In my opinion, I know I was high on the Cardinals, but I think that they kind of just had one of those weeks. I don't think that this is anything to like panic about. I think that they thought they were going to come in and steamroll, and they just didn't. Honestly, not too much cause for concern for me, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, that's the difference between Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson. Like, Kyler Murray kind of finally came back down to earth, and he threw 3 picks.
Yeah.
So I mean, he didn't look good in that game. The Lions, I don't think the Lions are a good team. They need to fire that coach.
Yeah,
I don't care if they beat the Cardinals. They had a bad game. So I was watching that game at the end, but not much to say about that. Obviously the Lions aren't a better team than the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be real. But I mean, Kyler Murray came back down to earth, I guess, a little bit. Looked kind of bad in that game, but
I think it was just a fluke game, to be honest. Again, I think that they thought they were going to come in, steamroll, and just get out like they have kind of the past 2 weeks. But let's head over to Monday night. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens did not look great. I mean, it almost looked like a totally two different like level of teams playing.
yeah.
Which is crazy because you'd think, these are 1 and 2 in the AFC, but I don't know. See, here's the thing. I honestly think this is more trouble for the Ravens than it is good for the Chiefs, and I genuinely mean that. If you can't go toe to toe with Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, I think you have a problem. I think they have some things to definitely adjust and figure out.
Yeah, the Ravens are, I think, they're 21-1 against every other team in the NFL that isn't named the Chiefs and isn't in the playoffs. And so I think they're 0-5 in those games. So it's tough for the Ravens. I mean, they dominate everyone else but the Chiefs. And they obviously haven't been great in the playoffs historically. So definitely cause for concern. I mean, their defense looked bad in that game. Mahomes was just having fun out there doing whatever he wanted in the first half.
Well, Lamar Jackson didn't look great.
No,
Trust me, I had him on fantasy.
But I mean, the dude has no one. His receivers were dropping passes the whole game, and I mean, his only receiver is a deep threat who can't get off a press. So they need another receiver that can kind of get busy over the middle. I mean, Mark Andrews dropped some passes. He dropped a touchdown late in the game. But I mean, the Chiefs are the best team in the league. I mean, they just do whatever they want on offense against Baltimore, and Andy Reid is crazy good at calling plays for that offense. I mean, he kind of just lets Mahomes do whatever he wants. And they were just having fun against the Ravens on offense. I mean, they were just having fun out there. And, I mean, Lamar definitely didn't look great, but his receivers were dropping a ton of passes. I still think the Ravens are a good team. I still think they're probably the second best team in the AFC behind the Chiefs, but that's the trouble. If you can't beat the Chiefs, I mean, that's a problem. And obviously Harbaugh got out-coached in that game.
I want to see the Patriots play the Ravens. I want to see that game. Do they play each other this year? Do you know?
don't know. They played each other last year.
No, they don't because the Ravens are in the Bengals
Yeah.
division. We don't play their division this year.
Yeah. The Ravens.
But I think
steamrolled
that
them
would be an
last year.
interesting game. I don't think they would this year, honestly. I think it would be an interesting game. Regardless, totally hypothetical. I don't really want to cover much about Thursday night.
You know the Packers game?
Oh wait, did I
Packers
miss the
Saints?
Packers game? I must have just skipped over it. Go ahead, talk about it.
So
Did I miss it?
yeah, the Packers beat the Saints.
I
Yeah.
totally walked.
So- I was actually getting frustrated in the first half with our defense.
The defense did look a little shaky.
The defense coordinator. You need to understand your opponent. Like, you're playing against Drew Brees, who won't throw the ball past 5 yards if his life depended on it. The dude was literally throwing to running backs the whole game. I think Kamara had 11. He had like
Well, that
7 catches in the first half.
that run by
They
Kamara,
wouldn't throw the ball past. Oh yeah.
that check down, that was
That's
some
bad
bad
tackling.
tackling.
Yeah, that's
That
what
was
it
some bad tackling.
But I mean, if you're the defense coordinator of the Packers, they eventually did it. Then we got 2 stops that we needed at the end against Drew Brees. But the first half was just really sickening, in my opinion, with just letting him keep throwing checkdowns over and over. He wouldn't throw the ball past 5 yards, and we just kept letting him throw checkdowns to Kamara, and Kamara was breaking tackles and all that. So,
Yeah, if he doesn't have Michael
offensively-
Thomas, I mean, he's not going to throw that far.
Yeah, they definitely missed Michael Thomas. But offensively, I mean, we looked really good. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was making crazy throws from any platform, just deep down the field, on the money. Alan Lazard went off in that game, and then he actually got hurt the other day, which kind of sucks. He's out. He's going to be out for a couple weeks. So, I mean, we're down to freaking Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Darius Shepard for our next game if Devontae Adams doesn't play. So that's troubling. But I mean, Rodgers dropped 37 with Scantling and Lazard last game. So against what some people think is a good defense, but yeah, I mean, we definitely have a better defense than it showed last night. I just wish the
You mean
defensive
Sunday?
coordinator. Huh?
You mean Sunday?
Or did I say last night?
You said last night, yeah?
Yeah. Or was it Monday? No, Sunday.
No, it was
Yeah.
Sunday. It was Sunday.
So we definitely have a better defense than that. I mean, but the coordinator has to be better, especially in the first half. I mean, you can't just keep letting Brees throw checkdowns. I mean, you could clearly tell by his body language and the way he was in the pocket that he wasn't throwing the ball down the field that game, especially in the first half. I think he had one throw to Cook outside the numbers.
Well,
That
Eric
was like
Cook
the
got
only
hurt too.
time.
I don't know if it was in that game, but he's not playing this week.
It might have not even been Cook that he threw it to, but he had one throw outside the numbers the whole game. Just wasn't throwing the ball in the field at all. And so, I mean, I feel like you have to coordinate that game better if you're Mike Penn, but
All right.
yeah.
Oh, you good? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's head over to next week's games. I don't really want to cover the Thursday game. It sucked. Jets are bad. That's the moral of it. I mean, I don't think there's much more to say.
Yeah,
Jets
suck.
suck.
Jets suck, and the Broncos had even more injuries. I mean, both teams suck.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into predictions. We're gonna start with our first game. I'm laughing. I just saw who it was. We're gonna let Dylan get first dibs on this one again. Ravens versus the Washington football team.
Yeah, there's no question that it's the Ravens over Washington.
Yeah. I got Washington.
This might be the worst game of the year.
This is gonna be rough.
Ravens just came off a demoralizing loss on Monday Night Football. They are gonna beat the Washington football team by, I don't even know, 40. They're gonna beat them by 40.
I wouldn't be
dude.
surprised.
Actually,
That's gonna be an ugly
I'm gonna
game.
make a bold prediction. Dwayne Haskins has a bounce back game. Has 17 points. Not great, obviously. Has 17 points. To the Ravens 45. That's gonna be the score. All right, 45-17.
That's gonna be
45-17 Ravens.
That's gonna be a blowout.
All right, Chargers Bucks. Chargers don't look great. I'm going Bucks.
They play the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks all day.
I'm gonna take the Bucks. They have they have one of the best defenses in the league. Bucks.
Seahawks Dolphins.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Vikings Texans. This is an interesting game. I don't know what. This is a toss up for me actually. You go first. I don't really know. Let me think about this one.
Wait.
What?
Oh yeah, that is right. I don't know, dude.
That is a tough game.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I say that Mike Zimmer, because he looked pissed in his interview this week. One of the
Oh, yeah.
reporters asked. He's pissed.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to the Vikings just out of coaching. I think that Mike Zimmer is fed up. I think they get a win.
I don't feel like either of these teams should be
0-3.
on the urge of 0-4. Like
Yeah,
one of these
it's
teams is
kinda
going to be
weird.
0-4. I don't feel like these teams aren't great, but I don't feel like they're 0-4 teams.
Well, I feel like they could easily flip places with the Bears and the who was the other team? Bears and Titans. I feel like these teams are on the exact same level as those
I
teams.
don't think so.
Really?
They're not 3-0 teams.
No, I'm
No,
saying.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
I'm saying
I don't-
they're as good as the Bears or Titans.
Yeah. I don't think they are. It's the Bears and Titans aren't 3-0 teams, obviously, but I mean, those teams, I don't feel like they're 0-3 teams.
I'm just gonna go Vikings.
That's a toss up for me. I'll pick the Texans.
All right. Saints Lions. I don't think that the Lions have a. They're not gonna be able to stop Kamara. Saints.
Yes. I don't know. I get Michael Thomas is out. I think Michael Thomas is out that game.
I don't care.
I'm picking the Lions, dude. I'm picking the Lions. Come on, Matt Patricia. Don't let him throw checkdowns for every play.
They will. Matt Patricia's horrible.
If you let him,
he's horrible.
I will. If I watch that game and I watch the Lions let Breeze throw a check down every play,
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna be tweeting out. So you gotta look out for my Twitter. Shakes at 300 on
Yeah,
Twitter.
watch his tweets done. Yeah. Browns Cowboys. This is an interesting game too. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, just because I think that they're gonna do better against the run than the Browns expect. I'm not saying they're gonna stop the run. I think they're gonna do better than the Browns expect. So I'm gonna take Cowboys. I think the Browns are gonna lose their mind. Yeah.
This will be an interesting game. This could go. I feel like this could be a shootout, or I feel like the Browns could run the ball and kind of.
Well, they could just go back and forth with Zeke or Chuck. I think
Well,
because
Dallas isn't even they're a pass first team now. They're throwing the ball.
yeah,
They
but the
don't even
Browns
give it to
don't
Zeke
have a
anymore.
good running defense.
A rush defense.
They really
Decent.
not great.
They're decent.
Not against-
Dallas has a far worse defense than Cleveland. I'm gonna take the Browns. I feel like they're gonna run all over Dallas. But
I don't.
if it gets into a shootout, I'm gonna take Dak over Baker. So if
Baker
it gets into a high scoring game, I think Dak pulls this one off. I mean, obviously they lost to Russell Wilson in a shootout last week. I feel like if it
Yeah,
gets into a
that's
shootout,
Russell
I'll take Dallas. But if the Browns are just gonna run the ball like they should all game and keep the ball in Dak's hands, I think the Browns could win with their rushing attack against an atrocious Dallas.
Well,
defense.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Baker, in my opinion, is almost he's not there yet, but he's getting to Garoppolo 2.0 for me. He really is.
Yeah.
I think that if they aren't
He's a competent NFL quarterback with good coaching
and a good running
with
team,
a good running game.
good running team.
But
All right.
other than that, he can't. But I mean, yeah, he needs a lot to go his way to win in
Yes.
this league. I will say that.
Bengals Jags. I'm gonna take the Bengals. I think I'm praying we figure it out. Joe Burrow's gonna be good in this game. I've already benched Lamar Jackson. Look, I benched him. Okay, Joe Burrow has outperformed him every week except week 1. I'm putting in Joe Burrow 100 times out of 100. I don't care.
He's going against Washington.
Yeah, I don't care. Joe Burrow's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
against the Jags. I don't care. I'm putting in Joe Burrow.
I don't think he should.
I don't think you should.
We'll see what happens. I don't.
I will say you're gonna regret that decision.
I'm not. Lamar Jackson has failed me 3 weeks in a row. Okay, 3 weeks in a row he's failed me. He has gotten.
What are you saying to the podcast?
He's gotten. No, he can earn his position back. But if a rookie quarterback who has a garbage O-line is outscoring you right now, I'm just meaning fantasy sense. I'm not meaning, of course, overall rating or whatever.
So what are you gonna say to the podcast when Lamar outscores Burrow by a lot this week?
Well, it depends. If I lose, then I'll say something. I'll say I was
sorry,
wrong.
Yeah.
I'll say I was wrong. I won't say sorry.
That's what I'm gonna say. What was the bet I made with the podcast? If the Lakers
Lakers
lose the series,
Yeah.
I gotta say I'm sorry.
That's a way bigger wager than me being wrong about a quarterback a week.
All right.
I'll say I'm
What are you
wrong.
gonna say then?
I said I'm wrong.
That's no fun though.
What do you want me to do?
You gotta say I'm sorry. That's funner.
Sorry for
Don't you think that's funner?
Yeah.
You
I'm
gotta say I'm sorry.
not sorry for anything.
Oh man.
All right.
There's no fun in that. You gotta say
I'm
sorry.
taking the Bengals. I think we figured it out at least to the point of
Yeah.
winning the Jags.
Yeah. Winning the Jags. Jags are so bad.
Yeah, they're not a good
I
team.
gotta take the Bengals even though I don't want to.
All right.
That's a bad game. I mean,
I think Joe Burrow
would
would look good again. If we had a decent line, we could be a wild card contender. I really do believe that. With how he's playing, we could be a wild card contender.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, Bengals.
Colts, Bears. I'm gonna go with the steam that. Dude, I can't believe I'm predicting the
They're
Bears
really
to go. I can't believe
Bears
I'm.
might have the easiest schedule.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe I'm gonna pick the Bears to go 4-0. But Nick Foles he looked pretty good. The Colts suck. But Bears.
Colts, they don't suck. They got a good defense.
They're not gonna be good. I don't care.
I think they have the number 1 defense as far as yards per drive.
Bears. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Colts, dude. Taking the Colts. The Bears are a fluke. They're 3-0. It shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be. I agree.
Foles.
That's why I can't believe I'm predicting them to go 4-0.
I know they have Foles, but they're finally playing against a team that isn't freaking. I
The
forget who
Colts
they played.
aren't
They
a
haven't played
great
anyone.
team.
They're 2-1. They have good defense.
They got Phil Rivers.
Rivers actually looked pretty good. He's actually looked decent through 3 weeks. Not great, but he's looked decent. He's been a competent NFL quarterback.
All right, we'll see.
I gotta take the Colts. I hate the Bears. They're fluky, dude.
All right, we gotta zoom through the rest of these. Cardinals, Panthers. Give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
All right, Giants, Rams.
Giants, no Rams.
Rams, yeah. Bills, Raiders, Bills.
Bills.
Patriots, Chiefs. Ooh, I like this game. The Patriots and the Chiefs. Dude, that's a fun game to watch. I bet Cam Newton, start Cam Newton, start Patrick Mahomes, obviously, but start Cam Newton this week. I'm telling you right now, he's going to have 300 plus yards combined running and passing.
Start Cam against the Chiefs defense?
Yep, 100%. I'll look in the camera and say sorry for that. If you start Cam Newton and someone gets it wrong, I'll look in the camera. I'll say sorry for that.
What's wrong? What do you mean by wrong? Like under what's your
If he doesn't get 300 yards passing and throwing combined,
so 300 total yards.
yeah, I'll say sorry.
All right. I don't know who I'm gonna pick in this game.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I think it's a great game though.
That's gonna be a great game. I think the
Belichick's
Patriots are one of the teams that can give the Chiefs fits in the
Yep.
AFC. And
Belichick's gonna be in his bag, dude. Believe me, he's studying that Chargers
But
tape.
I don't
He's
think
he's studying that Chargers tape. He's seeing what's going on. Dude, I'll take the
As much as
Patriots.
I like-
Give me the Patriots.
as much as I love Bill Belichick and as much as he's just the best defensive minded coach ever, the Chiefs are too much right now.
They're
They
really
are.
good.
Their offense is too much
Bro,
even for the Patriots
Nah,
right now.
Belichick's study.
But-
He's going back to that week. What was it? Week 2. He's looking at the Chargers game first half completely. Everything that Mahomes and the Chiefs did wrong in that first half. Dude, he's gonna be all over that. I guarantee it. Give me the Patriots. Cam Newton goes off.
I gotta take the Chiefs. They're just too much on offense right now, and I mean I think their defense has been playing good. I mean against the Ravens they looked really good defensively. I gotta take the Chiefs. There's too much on offense, dude.
All right, Eagles, Niners. Niners.
Niners.
That's not hard.
I
don't.
might be a blowout.
Dude, they could have.
I can't lie. That might be a blowout.
They could have
the
their
Niners-
punter at QB. It doesn't matter.
No, they just have the Niners coaching staff is far superior to the Eagles. I mean, Nick Mullins got 300 yards for.
That's what I'm saying.
Shanahan-
Jimmy Garoppolo. They did not have to pay
Shanahan-
him all that money.
Shanahan
They
got
didn't have to do it.
Garoppolo- Or Shanahan got Mullins 300 yards. So, I mean, that's an elite coaching staff, and they're 2-1 with everybody banged up. I mean, come on, dude.
All right.
I take the Niners.
Falcons. Yeah, Falcons. Packers. I'm gonna go with Packers 57-48.
Yeah, we might score that many points
It's gonna
against that defense.
But keep in mind, the Falcons will be up until 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta take the Packers. I don't think that we'll let them get a lead in that game. Honestly, I mean, that defense is bad in Atlanta, and we dropped. I think we're scoring almost 40 points a game, and that's against better defenses. And so I don't feel like Atlanta gets a lead to blow in that game.
I think we're at just about almost. We're a little under 40 minutes or 40 minutes right now. I think.
Right at 40.
So I think that we should we're gonna have an early episode next week. We're gonna start those. I think that we should wait to do rankings and fantasy update till then. We have a lot to get through still.
I didn't know we were 40 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. let's go to the NBA for Lakers and Heat today. Any surprises so far? Not really.
Lakers in 4.
Yeah, I don't know about Lakers in 4. I might say Lakers in 5, but they need. Well, first of all, I mean the Heat didn't have Bam tonight. I mean, I guess you could say that, but this series looks like last year's series with Toronto and Golden State, where everybody on Golden State was hurt. I'm not meaning that everyone on the Heat is hurt, but it looks like the same unfair level in my opinion. It's over.
Yeah, I think it's over. Like I said, Lakers in 4. Miami has no answer. Even with Bam in the game, AD was just going to work. And game 2 today, we were just going to work on the offensive boards. I mean, they have no answer. And then obviously Dragic got hurt, their best scorer. So it's over. Lakers in 4.
Okay, so let's get to some of the more interesting stuff that's outside of sports. We're going to start with some music that just dropped. We got 2 big albums from 21 Savage and Bryson Tiller. Have you listened to either of the albums, Cole?
No, I won't be listening to the albums.
You won't be listening
Not a fan of either. No, I don't listen. Not a fan of either.
Oh.
Yeah, I won't be listening to the albums. I won't be listening to them.
He's missing out.
I don't.
I'm going to give you my review then. Let's stop talking.
Yeah, I'm not listening, so I won't have a review on it.
I think 21's album was better than Bryson Tiller's. Obviously, I don't think that they're competing. But, yeah, I think 21 had a pretty solid album. I think other than maybe 1 or 2 songs, I can't name off the top of my head because it's a pretty fresh album. Other than 1 or 2 songs, I think it was a pretty complete album. Morgan Freeman on it is hilarious. Morgan Freeman dissing 6ix9ine is so funny.
I might listen to it.
You gotta listen to that part.
I might listen to that.
That's funny. It's funny.
We'll see. I might listen to it. I won't be listening to Bryson Tiller's album.
Bryson Tiller had a decent album. I think it wasn't as. I think it was more of like half and half. Half was okay. Half wasn't good. But he is supposed to drop another album this year, which makes sense because this album wasn't huge. I don't know, Dylan. You got any comments on this album? Either of them?
No, I haven't listened to enough songs of it, so I haven't really.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go to the next topic. Donald Trump got COVID, so that's pretty crazy. I think, I don't know, because it was announced last night. He announced it on his Twitter, and it has escalated by like 1,000 in a day. I mean, because at first he talked about, we've already started our quarantine process, whatever. We hope, I think it was, I can't remember her name. Heather Hicks or something like that. I can't remember her name. She's a White House staff. He said he was wishing her a speedy recovery, and 2 hours later he's saying he tested positive. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. And obviously today he was flown in Military One to, which hospital was it? Winston Reed or something hospital?
Yeah, he's going to get the best care out.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, surprisingly. But he has already started to display symptoms of, he had a fever. A lot of the White House staff was not the pressers that are coming out and talking to the press, but I think there was one guy who talked to an inside source, and he said that Donald Trump has seemed a little fatigued the past few days.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So it's kind of crazy. Honestly, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Because he's gonna get the best treatment. Obviously, but it's still a deadly virus. Like, he could die from. I mean, he's obviously a high risk person because he's older. 74. Look, I know he's got the dump truck backside. All right, I know but yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
That's interesting. It definitely was all over my Twitter last night. I will say that.
Well, like I said, he was just supposed to be quarantined last night. Now he's Winston Reed Hospital.
Yeah. Is there anyone that got COVID that was like?
Oh, there's a bunch of White House staff. I think there was like 16 in total that they've got so far, including the president and his wife.
That's interesting.
Pence and his wife both tested negative. Biden and his wife both tested negative. Yeah. So, although they're going to consecutively get tests every day because you could have it for up to a week and not get tested positive. So it's possible that they do have it, but it's pretty crazy what's going on in the world right now.
That is kind of crazy timing because you got, what is it, like 30-some days till the
election's a
the
month
votes,
away.
right? So
Election's a month away.
that is kind of crazy. I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll have to keep in touch with that. Definitely interesting that Trump got COVID. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. I mean, that would be. What if he died? That would be crazy.
Well, if he dies, obviously Pence takes over.
Yeah.
I will say, if he dies, I mean, I think that Pence might get some sympathy votes. I don't think that there's any way that they win that election with Pence. Because Pence is not, as much as like people may like Donald Trump or whatever, Pence is definitely not even close to the, I guess, alpha Chad that Donald Trump is. So I mean, there's not really a shot if he dies, but it's gonna be interesting next couple weeks because I was talking to a nurse I know, and one nurse, whatever, but she was saying that for people like Donald Trump, it doesn't, like, even if it's gone, say he's recovered in 5 days or whatever in a week, which he won't, most likely, but even if he does, he's gonna feel those effects for weeks after. Like, he's still not gonna feel great. Not that he's gonna go back to it, but he's definitely not gonna feel great still. So I think probably debates are done. I don't think
they have to be.
Yeah, I don't. Well, even if he gets better, I think that they're done.
Because you can't. Yeah.
They're done. Except between Kamala and Pence, they're actually going to continue with those. But I don't know.
It's interesting though, because if you're not going to have the debate, I guess it doesn't.
The debates don't really sway people. It's more of a.
Yeah, but it's
like
just,
it's more
weird
of a.
now. It's weird how scheduling is now with COVID. I mean.
Everything's going to be crazy.
But they're probably still going to go through with the election, I guess, right? I mean.
They have to.
I mean, they can't do anything about that. That's interesting. So, I mean.
If he dies, I wonder if they could call something like a state of emergency. I don't even know if they could. I don't know if you could push back the election.
You have to go through with it. That's pretty crazy. I mean, that's big news for sure.
It's crazy news. I mean, I'm sure everybody watching is going to be updated as soon as we are, but we're going to cover as much as we can in the coming episodes. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely look for that in the news. We'll try to keep updated on that, and whatever. We're going to go to our next topic, which we're going to have some involvement in. So we were discussing today, I was a little hungry. I was like, what should we get? What we're going to do after the podcast, for food. And I mentioned Wingstop, not a paid promotion. Don't get Wingstop until they pay us for it, all right?
Facts.
But we were talking about getting some Wingstop, and obviously the sane person would pick bone-in wings if you're going to go to a wing place. Obviously the sane person. But then my guy Dylan had something to say. So Dylan, this is gonna be like a mini debate. Dylan, let's hear it. What's good about, why should I get a boneless wing?
Boneless wing is it's easier to eat. You ain't gotta fight the bone.
It is easier to eat. I will give you that.
Yeah, you got that.
That's
okay.
Hold
on. I'll contest.
That's all you got.
I'll contest that immediately. I like eating off the bone. I think it's cooler. Makes me feel like like an animal.
So just eat the
like
bone,
a
man.
beast.
You're an animal.
I don't want to die. I wouldn't die. Whatever.
I'll give you that point. That's the only point I'll concede to you.
I won't.
Other than that, bone in all the way.
Bro.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
What else you got for bone in?
Easier to eat. That's
more
one.
meat.
More meat. That's debatable.
We're gonna need some analytics.
We're gonna get some tonight. So we'll see what's up
on that. Yeah. I like bone in, obviously.
Well, are you done? There's got to be more defense to that. You can't come out with an outrageous statement like boneless is better and say two statements.
What else is there to say?
It's your defense for it.
So
what do I?
So you like boneless strictly because it's easier to eat, and you believe there's more meat with no.
I can understand if you think that, but you're wrong. That's what I'm saying.
So just because it's easier to eat.
No, you got more meat too.
Well, no, he said more meat. He
You
did
got more meat.
Which I could.
You believe that?
That could be a defensible point. I could understand that if there was a significant amount of more meat. But I think that there's not a significant amount more meat. I think it's not really that.
It's definitely not significant.
Yeah.
I think it's minuscule. More amount of meat. I just think bone and tastes way better.
I'm gonna throw out some points.
Way better.
So one, I think with the bone, the meat tastes way better. I think the flavor's way better.
It does.
Yeah, that's my first point for.
Come debate.
That's my first point for this. He's trying to get one of our buddies to come in and defend this point, but no, like I said, for one, I feel like the flavor way better with meat.
It is.
Way better bone-in. Way better. All right. Two, I feel like I said, I like that. It's that nostalgic thing, rolling up them sleeves, getting your paper towels out, going to town on a wing. I mean, who wants to? I'm gonna get my fork and I'm gonna stab this chicken nugget and I'm gonna eat it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, look.
I'm gonna eat. I don't care how hard it is to eat. I'm eating whatever tastes better. Whatever tastes better, I'm eating that. And I mean, obviously, you got the wing thing where you bend the wing or whatever and you get it out quickly.
Bend the wing?
Yeah, where you extract the wing.
That's the bone.
The bone, sorry. You extract the bone, and then you're.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what I'm
Are you
talking
talking
about.
about the flats?
With the flats.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you with the.
Oh, I just like.
So I mean, it's not that much harder to eat if you're doing that. I don't personally do that, but for people
I
that do,
don't.
you don't do that.
I just.
How do you eat flats?
So I mean, if you're doing that with the bone in, it's not that much harder to eat. But I can understand. I'll concede that point too. That it is a little bit harder to eat. But I'm eating whatever
It's
tastes
better
better.
to eat. I
I'm
like
eating
it
whatever
that way.
tastes better, and I think bone in tastes far better, in my opinion.
Listen.
Yeah, this guy's
Dude, yeah, he
He's
won't come
scowling at
defend
me
his
over here.
point.
He's
You gotta come
scowling at me.
defend it then.
You can't just give me a scowl. You can't be over there scowling at me. Now here we go. We gotta.
Oh.
Alright, we got Austin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Dilly's brother. I just wanted to weigh in on this little wing debate as I was sitting over there taking an exam. I will say this. Bone out is not a wing. It is a chicken nugget.
Thank you.
It is not clarified as a wing.
That's even worse.
Okay? But as a wing enthusiast, as I would say, I like to eat bone out wings because it's easier. However, bone in does taste better.
That's what we're
Alright,
saying.
that's a great
The
point.
nos-
I don't
like
taste
Jackson had
different.
said, the nostalgia of rolling up your sleeves
Yup.
and digging into a wing is pretty nice. But I do always go with the boneless wings. Or
That's
boneless chicken
understandable.
tenders.
So you prefer easier to eat over taste?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think
If I'm in a rush, I'm going boneless.
Okay.
I don't taste it.
Hold on.
If
I
I
agree
got
with
all the
that.
time
I
in the
agree with
world,
that. It is
I'm
messy.
going bone in.
It is messy.
That's actually a really. I didn't think of that. If you got limited time, go to chicken nuggets. That's interesting. I got some actual. He's gone now. We lost him. I got some actual stats. All right. We sit there really quick. Looked up some stats from my guys. 101.9 The King. Okay. All right. Very official. Very prominent source.
What's that?
This is a poll.
I thought that was another
Alright.
kind of wing.
I don't know how many people took this poll. There could be like 8. I don't know. But by the consensus of this very official poll, bone-in has 51.9% vote. Boneless has 36.6%. I like both equally, which means you're a loser, is 8.9%. And I don't eat wings, but still wanted to vote 2.6%. I don't even know why you're here.
That's Wait, 2? Oh, I thought you said. Okay.
Let's see. Can we get some more stats on this? Meat poultry. Hold on. But then I can't find much else. But you could have the other debate of Wingstop versus
Oh, B-dubs.
B-dubs. But I think
Wingstop's better.
Really? What do you like more about? You think the wings taste better?
Yeah.
the wings taste
They have
better.
better fries. I'll give you that.
The
I don't
fries
get
are-
I've never had.
I don't get the
Vito's
fries. When I
Hey,
get
oh.
wings, I'm getting wings only.
Yeah, but the
Wings
fries,
only, you get
the
Wingstop.
fries are such a good
Really?
and
add-on.
then wing nuts over Wingstop.
I've never had wing nuts. So I
So
can't
you like
choose.
wing nuts, cream of the crop? Wingstop.
Yeah.
Or Wingnuts, sorry.
Yeah, Wingnuts is.
But
Wingnuts is good. Wingnuts
Can
is
you
second
only
for me.
eat in at Wingnuts?
I think so, yeah.
Like, but
No, you can get DoorDash.
pre-COVID,
You can get
pre-COVID, could you only eat there? Like,
I
wait,
think you can get DoorDash.
before COVID,
You can
though.
get takeout.
Before COVID, you could
Yeah,
get
I
takeout.
think you
Yeah,
could.
I used to get takeout with
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
For
just
me,
the way
Wingnuts is 2 for me.
I haven't.
Wingnuts
Well,
is
I-
top,
I've
and
never
then
had
Wingstop,
I can't.
and then
Wingstop,
B-dubs.
they might have better tasting
Well,
wings
we
than
need
B-dubs.
to be careful because is Wingnuts a local place?
Yeah.
If it's local, well then nobody else is gonna know what we're talking about.
I think it is.
Okay, if it is a local place, then they're picking the local wing place over the national chain, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Wingstop might have better tasting wings.
It definitely.
Even though I've only had it once. Could be wrong on that. But I just like B-dubs more because it just has more meat on the wings. Period. It just has way more meat.
Well, first of all, if you do what you do and only get flats, I can understand why you think it'd have more wing or more meat. But like, I feel like the drum at B-dubs isn't amazing.
I could agree.
and
I
I-
don't get the drums. I get all flats when I go to B-dubs or Wingnuts.
I will say that usually the service that I don't know why, because it doesn't happen to him or him anywhere out. Like when we go anywhere, it doesn't happen to these guys. But I just get yeah. I feel like I just get like the absolute worst service every time
B-dubs,
I
you do.
go. Like, dude,
You do get.
I don't know how it happened. Like, I remember last time mine came out first, and they were kind of cold, and I was like, oh, whatever, they're kind of busy. It's, I'm not really one to, like, send food back and be like, try again.
Yeah.
But
And they took forever to bring the checks out. On that
they
one, too,
did
which
take
kinda
forever to bring the
sucks.
checks
They were
out.
in a rush
Well,
for the movie.
mine were kind of cold, but yours were, like,
They weren't.
brand new, piping hot, like, perfect. And I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
like-
I've never, except for that one time. That
Oh,
one time,
we-
one waiter, we had
Cool.
horrible service. That one
okay,
time.
we gotta tell this story. So there was this lady, and
Yeah.
this is during, I think this is like a month ago. So there's obviously all the protocols, the mask wearing, everything that's set in place. Now we were sitting out parked because we had to wait to go in, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And we see this random lady walking through the parking lot with like her mask, like not like dangling from one ear, like dangling from her whole face. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Like it was like
Loose?
down here. No,
Or just
well yeah, like
sitting on her
super loose. Not
Yeah.
even like it was like both, almost like it was sitting on her chin, but it was supposed. It's like she was. Dude, I don't even know how to explain.
I don't even.
I'm just like saying
Oh,
random words at this point, but it was when we see her walking through the parking lot, we didn't even think she was a worker. Like, who is
No,
like,
we
what
didn't
is she
know.
doing?
No.
And then we go in, and she's our waitress, and still has the mask like this,
Yeah.
and it seemed like she was just kind of rushed.
Yeah.
Things get. I've worked in the fast food industry. I mean, it gets busy. You have times where you're just running all over the place and you look like a hot mess. But like the stuff that happened. We put in our orders, and when I tell you we got everything else but our
Wait,
orders.
Hold on. So she brought out the first order she brought out, which we thought it was ours. Obviously, we're gonna assume it's ours.
It was.
She brings out. What did she bring out for you? A burger? No, the burger was later. She
Mm-mm.
brought out wings. But
It was some random because I usually get honey
it seemed like
barbecue.
you were gonna go through with it when you got your wings. You didn't act surprised at all when you got them.
Well, I didn't. Well, because I don't even think I realized.
Yeah,
I was just.
So I get mine, and I had I think it was 6. And obviously I ordered 10 all flats, buffalo medium, but there was 6 wings, and I'm not sure if they might have been medium, which I ordered, but they weren't all flats obviously, but there was only 6 of them. So I'm like, hey, obviously I ordered 10. Like, what's going on here? And so she didn't say anything. She just took our order,
Yeah,
and so they just repeatedly come back with every other order in the restaurant.
They got
And
every
like, is
order
this your
but
guys'?
ours. They brought us every order but the ones we actually got. I mean,
They literally
we
ran
had
every order
we had a
process.
hamburger, we had onion rings, we had
Cheesy
cheesy
fries.
fries. Those things. They brought us out some cheese fries. I don't even know where they came from,
Yeah, those
but they
didn't look
looked
very good.
rough.
They didn't look very good.
Like when I tell you that, like someone took, I don't want to cuss. Someone took an orange mess on our food. That's the only way I can describe it.
They looked raw.
Well, and I usually get a side of fries at B-dubs. I actually think that they're okay. They're not amazing, but I just like fries.
Yeah.
They brought me out, I think, 6 different, because usually you don't get refills. Usually it's just one
Wow.
It's cost that one. I got like 4 or 5 refills that I got charged for. That I didn't ask for any refills. They just kept broadening that.
Kept bringing
Good
them out.
God, they kept bringing them out, and I was like, we didn't ask for them. It was like, here you go, here. Man, that.
And then she charged me for something extra too, I believe.
Dude, I don't even know. Well, we asked to split the check, and she looked surprised, like that had never been done.
Well, I
before.
thought she was gonna bring back the check because when I said split the check, yeah, she just didn't know what she was doing, to be honest. And it happens, I understand that, but it was just all over the place.
It was.
When I said that this wasn't an order, that's what I thought she would at least clarify something, like say something. She just took our order and just brought every order that was after that across us, asking us if it was ours or not.
She had a rough night.
She did. It was rough service. And
I don't know.
That's the only time I've had bad service beat ups.
Not for you.
I've had bad service, and I've been there for those bad services. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. It was a crazy night,
Yeah.
but I think that kind of wraps up all we wanted to talk about for today.
I think so.
I know we weren't able to get the gaming video and the second podcast up this week. We had a lot going on. My mom went to the emergency room. I mean, there was a lot that happened. So, and we're all busy. Me and Dylan are both in college. He's a professional gamer. I mean, there was a lot that we had that came up, so we just decided to push it back a week. So I hope, forgive us. But, yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, we were definitely trying to do one on Tuesday, but obviously, as he said, stuff came up, so we're going to try to do 2 a week coming this next week, right? You want to try to do 2
And the game video.
And then we'll try to do the game video. I'm not sure what day we'll try to do that, but...
I think I want to put that out on a Wednesday. Like, I'm not saying we record on a Wednesday, just put it out on a Wednesday.
And what game are we going to play again?
Well, I mean, as of right now, we're playing either Minecraft, Among Us, or a horror game. We'll decide. You'll be surprised on Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and then obviously we want to get reactions, but
We're gonna get reactions. We need to get an adapter. We're gonna try to boost the internet a little
boost it
bit.
a little bit, try to get reactions, but that would be great.
We'll
I mean,
keep-
it really
we'll-
would.
yeah.
That would add so much to the podcast if we could react to videos and stuff on the
Yeah,
on the
no,
fly,
that would be
but
great. But other than that, I don't have anything
Yeah.
else to add. You'd like to
I think
add
that's
anything?
it. Appreciate everyone that tuned in to episode 5.
Yep. Hope you're still enjoying the mic and the better camera quality. And yeah, I guess thanks